guys, and welcome to the channel. My name is Robin from Roverdevel FPV, and this is the Eachine LAL 5 style. It's a 5-inch quadcopter. It comes in a 4S version and a 6S version. You're looking at the 6S right now. Comes as a plug and play or with a receiver. You can choose different kind of receivers. This is the XM Plus. This mounts for the antenna, both for a Mortal T antenna. Frame measures 250 millimeters from motor post to motor post. It's obviously a freestyle quadcopter, but I wouldn't go all cinematic with a low camera angle with this one, because you will get the props in view. On the Banggood page it says it doesn't come with a camera mount, but mine did. So, well, thank you for providing me one. Camera you're looking at right now, this camera I usually use to record this, but the ThiEYE T5 Pro. For the motors, they've used their own Eachine motors with 2307 sized and 1850 kV. So that's very big and quite high kV. The stack is made out of a 50 amp 6S capable ESC, Heli 32. Up here we have a F4 flight controller, which is the Star Mellow. This is the Eachine TX805 VDX. Cadex Rotel on the front. Lollipop on the back. They provide you with 2 sets of props. These are the Star Tornado 5046. You also get one lipo strap, which is actually very decent and durable, but I do recommend getting a second one. I mounted these like so. Get a good grip on your lipo on top. I'll get these out of the way. Also get these props off. So the Eachine LAL 5 style cost about $190 normal price. I've already seen it for a lot lower than that with coupons, about $155. So they are aiming for a more premium market than, let's say, their Tyro 109. These components are a lot better, and therefore the price is quite a bit higher. But if you're moving up, then you should also get quality up, and that's always been a kind of an issue with Eachine. And the Eachine LAL 5 style, well, it's not a very good quality, but it is a lot better than, let's say, a Tyro. The camera is by far the best camera I've flown with. Gives optimal gives an optimal view. It's really a perfect camera. These motors, they're nice big chunky motors, in combination with these props they provide you. It does not have a very long flight time. It's a bit aggressive. Also, I don't recommend using these on big motors at all. I've used these on smaller motors on 2206 and they perform really well. But I've noticed that when you go up like a 2207 or in this case 2307, you'll get a lot of low throttle oscillations, which you won't really notice in your FPV feed, but those low throttle oscillations will ruin your HD feed with a cheaper camera like this. So I didn't use these. I went for the Dell Prop Cyclones. These are my go-to prop for just about anything, any 5-inch, and well, these are very nice. Flight times with this lipo, well, about 4 minutes aggressive flight. That's very decent. I also used Delprop 5040, gave me a little more flight time, but handling was not as great. So back to the quality of the quad itself. First thing I noticed were these screws. They're completely different screws. Well, of course, these have to hold the VDX, so they have to be longer, but they're, one is a button head, the other is a flat head. It's this one's stainless steel, carbon steel. I don't get it. It looks a bit cheap. I would have gone for both carbon, but that's my opinion. Also, this screw, I see it's not tightened completely, and I couldn't tighten it. Don't know why. No one does. But it seems to hold fine. It just looks a bit cheap. It's a bit too bad. Also, I checked all the screws on the whole quadcopter, and I think I had to tighten down about 80% of them. And after one crash in sand, I wanted to clean the motors, and one of the screws on the motors didn't want to come out at all. It was over tightened, so I can't take the bell off to clean it. So that's not down to the quality of the components, it's down to the way they put it together. So it's just a shame. These TPU pieces, they're a bit stringy. They hold up fine, but just doesn't look that appealing. And why do I say like it's a shame? Well, quality of the components themselves, the motors, they're good quality motors. They, at least they look very nice. They feel very nice with decent props. So no complaints here. The frame, it's well, good looking frame. It has nice carbon and rounded edges. I like that. Nothing to complain about that. Like I said, they give you several mounts there, so it's multifunctional. I like that. ESC 50 amps. Well, you can't go wrong with 50 amps, right? There's decent flight controller. VDX is, well, okay, it does its job. There's nothing special to report there. So component wise, this is a very good quadcopter. They just put it together a bit cheap, and that's a bummer. Also, one really big thing to me is that if, the antenna for the VDX wouldn't tighten all the way down. And that's because they use an additional nut, which I removed, to hold your SMA connector in your TPU mount, and well, you just don't need one. But that screw makes your antenna not want to tighten all the way down. So if you fly like that with a non-attached to decently attached antenna, you will ruin your VTX. So that's the first thing you want to take note of. If you buy one of these, remove that nut. You don't need it, and it will kill your VTX. So I was lucky to find out before I plugged it in and go over all the screws, because they're not tightened well. And this may sound like quite a lot of negativity, but I'm actually very positive about this quad. I really like the way it flies. It's really manageable. It has these big motors, but it's not unforgivably fast. So you have all the torque you need to get out of situations, and it just flies very, very nice. It's stock Betaflight tune. It's very good if you don't fly with a camera. The extra weight of the camera gave me some bounce backs when I was doing some heavy rolls and pitches. It would bounce back, and that's all probably down to the extra added weight. So I think you would need to lower your P&D gains a little. So would I recommend this quad? Well, 6S version, without a doubt, yes. I do recommend this one. It's really it's a good quadcopter if you finish it. Like I said, go over all the screws, maybe adjust the tune a little, but then you will have a very nice quadcopter. The advantage of a 6S version towards the 4S version is that the lipos are a lot shorter. And why is it important? Well, this is made for top mount. You don't get an extra rubber mat on the bottom. And you don't get a whole lot of space up here. So it holds this 1050 great. If you're trying to mount a more traditional 4S, which is a lot longer, you're a bit stuck for space. Although I have to admit, this is a 1500 and this is quite a tall model. I do have shorter 1500s. One thing I wanted to add about the quality, which is actually a very big plus. I really like these TPU motor protectors. They really useful in slides and everything. They protect the frame really well. Also, camera protection is spot on. It's perfect. I really like it. Also, these arms are replaceable and you can get new ones. Stuff like that. I really think this is a very durable quad if you finish it. And the overall look of this quadcopter is absolutely gorgeous. I really love these motors. I think purple on a quad looks great. It looks clean. I mean, they didn't have to use a frame as big as this one, but they did. This tray for the receiver, it's well thought of. It's just not put together that great. So I'm actually going to enjoy this quad a lot. I'm going to remove this one, I don't need it, and I'm going to flash the latest version of Betaflight 4.2 on this because I want to get a good tune with the camera. I really like it. Are you curious to see the end product? Please let me know in the comments below. Check this card out in the description. It has a coupon sheet with all Banggood coupons right now, and I've made this video for the Banggood Summer Prime sale, so there are a lot of coupons going on sales right now. So please check it out and happy flying.